So IRCC is about to launch the latest TR to PR pathway. I'm sure in the last 2 days, you would have definitely come across such a video on one of the social media platforms that you follow. It could be Instagram, could be Facebook, could be YouTube, could also be TikTok, and the other several platforms that people, ghost agents, consultants are using. But what's important to focus on today is that after Canadian immigration's latest immigration levels plan of 2026 till 2028, and also analyzing these videos that are just popping up across social media saying that the famous or the infamous TR to PR pathway is going to be back, I believe it is our duty to take a deeper look at what actually triggered this particular news. So, in this video today, we will be taking a deep look at what is causing or what is the root cause behind the TR to PR pathway as claimed by these several people on social media. Let's be tuned till the end of this video. Guys, welcome back. Once again, my name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice here in Ontario. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to speak with you. Before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are an aspirant or moving to Canada, then this is the channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. So, guys, we are discussing the ongoing, fiasco on social media around TR to PR pathway. Now, as we all know, TR to PR pathway was once basically launched by IRCC, which is the Immigration Department of Canada, where they gave temporary residents a chance to get permanent residence in Canada. And that was a program that actually triggered a lot of controversies because two separate pathways where a lot of people in Canada during COVID times got their permanent residencies with just very minimal entry requirements, as easy as just being in Canada with just 1 year of experience here and there. People actually got their PRs. Now, I personally know a lot of people who did get their PRs controversially, or quite we could just speculate that these people would have never gotten their PRs, but still, by far within the folks who are already inside Canada, this program has been very, very famous, or rather infamous, because ever since that program happened, these social media influencers and people who are trying to sort of just gain views actually kept on bringing this news back to back, because just by the name itself, TR to PR pathway actually does grab a lot of attention. And so probably you would have also clicked on this video. So my apologies if you felt it like a clickbait, but it's more of a information session that you should be understanding that why exactly is TR to PR used again and again without these people actually getting into trouble. Now, what's important for you to understand is that TR stands for temporary residence and PR stands for permanent residency or permanent residence. Now, anytime any person in Canada gets or goes from being a temporary resident to being a permanent resident, ideally he is getting from TR to PR, right? Now, what people or influencers online are doing is they're just trying to make use of this fact and trying to get more attention by triggering the emotional question of a person saying that okay, TR to PR pathway is going to be back. Now, what really triggered this event? This basically is stemming from the latest announcement of the immigration levels plan by IRCC, as you can see it on the screen. Now, this particular program or this particular levels plan of 2026 till 2028 has a lot of details which are already covered in the other videos. But more importantly, as you can see here on the screen, they're talking about accelerating permanent residence for select skilled workers. Now, this will be a one time initiative. Which will be spread across 2 years in 2026 and 2027 to fast track permanent residence for skilled temporary workers. Now, you got it. So, it's basically temporary residents or temporary workers, because workers are also temporary residents in Canada who will eventually get their PR. So, TR to PR. Hence, people are trying to misuse it or maybe mislead, not misuse it but mislead people trying to get more attention. It's not really bad, I would say, but it's more of a marketing gimmick, as I must uh, put it forward for you. So what IRCC says is that in 2026 and 2027, which is the actual news, about 33,000 skilled temporary workers will transition to permanent residency over 2 years. But what's more important is that when they were announcing this, they actually gave the annual report of 2025, and within this report, if you see here, they've talked about 33,000. So this one also, they say budget 2025 also proposes to undertake a one-time measure, which I just showed you here, this one-time measure, to accelerate transition of up to 33,000 work permit holders to permanent residency in 2026 till 2027. So people who have established strong roots in their communities are paying taxes and are hoping to build a strong Canadian economy that Canada needs. Fiscal cost is about 19.5 point 4 million over 4 years starting 2026. So this is a part of the revenue. So what I would like to say is that yes, TR to PR in some shape or form is there, but isn't TR to PR every time applicable when a temporary resident would get a permanent residency? So, yes, if you go by just that definition, then of course, TR to PR, it's being launched in 2026, 2027, 33,000 people will get it. But is it fair to give it that name that sparks that emotional quotient? Because uh, TR to PR back in the day when it was launched, it was an easy program, right? I mean, it was very, very easy. People could have just gotten their PR with fulfilling certain basic requirements, and people actually got it, right? But it's okay. People are trying to trigger that EQ again and again, but primarily it's a one time initiative. 33,000 people will get it, and people will get it if they are belonging to a rural community trying to pay taxes and trying to help Canada build their economy. So, these three important facts people should never forget. So, if you haven't really thought of moving towards the rural areas or the communities and all of that, I believe now would be a better time to think of it. And while you think of it, IRCC should be already working towards launching this new one time initiative. And IRCC said that this initiative will be spread across 2 years. So 33,000 people should be landing. So, what to expect now? In what shape or form could this land or could be launched? I believe could be a one time policy, could be a lower CC draw as well. That could be one, could be linked to particular NOC codes, that could be there, or a simple pilot program or a simple one time program like the TR to PR pathway could be named as a one time initiative where people just fulfilling certain basic requirements of pin codes, rural areas, and stuff like that might just get their chance to get their permanent residency, or could be triggered by the provincial nominees as well, right? Who knows? Only time will basically tell as the time passes by. As I hope, joining the bandwagon of TR to PR pathway, I was able to give you some basic useful information in today's video. And like always, if you need more information about Canadian immigration, then you know that this is a channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. And also, if you want personal information session on understanding what your chances of PR would be, then please feel free to book an appointment and we would be more than happy to speak with you. Once again, I wish you all the best and I really hope to see you soon in Canada. All the best.